Finals. We will see a Game 5, but will we see Game 6? That's the question. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. And the starting group for the Spurs, they've got Elliott. Elliott is out there with Duncan. Then it's Johnson, and it's Robinson. In at the center, locking down the middle. And for New York, Johnson is out there with Ewing. And it's Sprewell in at the 3 spot. And so off the tip, it's New York. Pass to Houston. And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession. Here's Johnson. Passes it to Elliott. Back to Johnson. Over Ward. And to get open is Robinson. Johnson gets the bucket. Johnson's got his team on the board to start the game for the Spurs. Here's Ward. He's guarded by Johnson. Here's Houston. Trying to get open is Johnson. Houston can't get it to go. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the San Antonio Spurs. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Johnson out there just orchestrating the offense. An unselfish point guard with a commanding presence.
And both free throws good for Johnson. New York with the ball. 4-point game. The pass to Houston. The feed to Johnson. Deflects the pass. New York moving it around. Houston, the pass to Ewing. Over to the wing. Lets it go from deep. Houston shot's good.
Gotta love seeing Houston get space there to shoot it from deep. He is one of the best from beyond the arc.
Robinson against Ewing. Pass to Elliott. Back to Robinson. Ewing against Duncan. Here is Elliott. 6 to shoot. Back to Duncan. Shoots over Ewing. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
Boy, he knows he should have knocked that one down, especially with the defense not giving much of an effort.
That one falls.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Johnson dishes to Robinson. Pass to Ellie from 18 feet away. And he gets the jumper to drop. Here's Ward. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. New York needs to get off a shot. Yep, it counts. Houston's got 5 points so far. So it's Johnson who brings the ball up for San Antonio. They trail by 1. Back to Robinson. Here's Ellie. The dish to Robinson.
Yeah, and Robinson is a franchise-defining talent, a chiseled, powerful center, a remarkable leader.
The Spurs shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. Robinson hits them both. Here's Ward. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That's on David Robinson.
really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
Now here's Johnson. Passes to Duncan. Back to Johnson. Duncan against Johnson. The pass to Ellie. Takes a three. Sinks the triple. He has 5.
You know, Tim Duncan does a nice job, especially when one of his guys is open. That floor awareness of his, dime drop.
Or the pass to Sprewell. Here's Ewing trying to get open as Johnson. Off target with the jump hook.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish.
Johnson surveying the floor. Pass to Ellie. Johnson against Duncan. Up and in on the layup.
And you know, Duncan is an incredible talent. He's a menace on the block. Exceptional at scoring deep inside.
Pass to Houston. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it. San Antonio leading by 5. Johnson attacking. And this is his second trip to the line in the game. And the first one drops. And Johnson drops them both.
Yeah, and early on doing a really nice job at the free throw line.
Yeah, getting to the line and converting, Greg. That's the big thing. It's always good when you can do that because it stabilizes your offense.
And again, it's the Knicks missing.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Passes it to Duncan. Baseline J on the way. He gets it in there.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possessions.
Here's Sprewell. Johnson left side. Out to the right wing. Here's Ewing to end the run. Robinson with the block.
And there you see why Robinson is the anchor of this defense. Massive wingspan, easily allowing him to turn away shots.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And San Antonio called for the foul. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for San Antonio.
Playing a physical brand of basketball so far, and those trips to the foul line have been very effective.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
Now here's Johnson. He has 6. And Robinson wide open. He shoots off the left rim and out.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
Here's Houston. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. Elliott passes to Johnson. Here's Ellie. Spurs passing it around. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Now here's Duncan. Just 5 to shoot.
And Ewing, also a dependable defender. Terrific at taking away space from shooters and just trying to make them uncomfortable.
Now the pass to Ward. Here's Houston. He's guarded by Johnson. It's tipped. And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
Pass to Duncan. Shot clock at 6. San Antonio again missing. Knicks trail by 8. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Pass to Sprewell. Here's Ewing. No good on that one. Duncan with some nice D. San Antonio's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Johnson outside. Passes it to Duncan. Now here's Johnson. Tight defense on him. Duncan up on top. He's guarded by Ewing. Here's Helly. Again, the miss by the Spurs. New York shooting a pretty distressing 27% here in the early minutes. Houston's shot's good.
It all started with the pass. That's what coaches love to see, ball movement.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
Every timeout, a chance to review the lineups, matchups, or call a play.
And I agree. I think there's going to be a new wrinkle in their game plan when they come out of this timeout.
Camby, he's checked in for Ewing. Jackson, he's checked in for the Spurs. Kerr comes in for Johnson. San Antonio leading by 6. Now here's Kerr. Trying to get something going. The offensive rebound. There's the pass to Elliott. Back to Robinson. Shot clock at 5. It's rebounded by New York. Johnson's got his 5th rebound in this one.
Not much falling for him this quarter, guys, and you can sense his frustration.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Here is Elliott. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Duncan down low. He's guarded by Johnson. Again, the miss by the Spurs. Knicks trail by 4. 1:33 left in the first quarter of the game.
You know, at the end of the day, size does matter, especially on the glass.
Duncan goes in, lays it up off the glass. Duncan's got 6.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
Pass to Houston. Here's Sprewell. It's tipped. Here's Houston. 7 points in the game.
Boy, defense non-existent there, but they catch a break as he whiffs it.
Left side Jackson. Here's Duncan. Here's Robinson. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
San Antonio shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here. Both shots good from the stripe.
And trailing here in the early going, too many careless fouls, and they're giving up a lot of trips to the line.
Yeah, not only the trips to the line are a concern, but the foul trouble also. You've got to play defense with your feet and do so without fouling.
Spurs leading by 8. Feeds to Duncan. Baseline jumper. It's rebounded by New York. Johnson's got his 6th rebound on the night. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And here's Duncan. He'll bring it up for the Spurs. Jackson. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. With the fadeaway. And that one hits back iron. And so the first quarter is in the books. Spurs out in front, up 5. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. And it's time for more of the NBA Finals on 2K Sports. What a time of year. And taking a look at San Antonio's performance here. What do you think they've been doing or not doing?
I mean, offensively, I thought they did a good job of protecting the ball. And defensively, boy, were they disruptive.
Yeah, I like the way they forced a ton of turnovers and then took advantage of those turnovers with opportunistic baskets.
We've got Camby, also Johnson out there. And it's Ewing in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. They're the group. New York will start the second. Pass to Sprewell. Johnson against Curson from 10 feet out. Rebound San Antonio. Thursday's loss was a disappointment.
Well, they made a few key shots, but missed many more. It was a rough night for them offensively.
And you know what? If you're not going to outwork your opposition, then you typically are going to get outplayed.
Knicks trail by 5. Here's Sprewell. That shot misses. Some solid defense there from Jackson. And we've played through the first minute here in the second. Now here's Kerr. Defense right on him. Takes the 3. And there's Jackson on the assist by Kerr. Jackson's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Now here's Ewing over Purdue. Shot is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down to just 6 points with the basket from Ewing.
Very self-confident in the paint. Ewing excels at scoring close to the hoop.
Kerr. Ewing gets the rebound. The Knicks have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Here's Sprewell. It's hauled in by Purdue. Spurs leading by 6. On the wing, Jackson. He's guarded by Ewing. Ewing against Jackson. Pass to Rose. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Defensively, you just can't afford to give these easy looks up. Just asking to get burned if you do.
Defended by Kerr. Here's Sprewell. Unloads from 13. Misses for the 5th time this game. Mark him at 1 for 6.
Yeah, that's another miss for him. They're behind in this game largely because he's shot so poorly.
Knicks trail by 8. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, and you know, that's going to be the focus of this timeout. They need to come up with a spark to get the offense going.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Spurs leading by 6. Kerr with it. No points in the game yet for him. Dishes it to Duncan. Knocked away. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Exactly. I mean, when you're running neck to neck, those kinds of mistakes tip the scales.
How about the concentration? He gets hit, but stays with the play and gets the finish.
Innovation and improvisation right there, Greg. Finding a way to get that shot to fall after taking the contact. You know, you don't always get that opportunity, so those are the ones you hate to miss.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Knocks down the 10-footer. Duncan's got 8 points.
You got to honor Duncan from the mid-range. When he's got space to shoot, he does not hesitate.
The pass to Houston. And so it's Rose bringing it up for the San Antonio Spurs. Only given up 6 here in this quarter. Pass to Duncan. Shoots over Ewing. Again, the Spurs good for 2.
A nice job taking what the defenders gave him. These guys need a gut check right now.
Well, that's exactly the kind of defense that's gotten them into the hole.
Pass to Houston. Some nice passing by New York here. Ewing inside. Jackson on him, and it's good. 2 points. Ewing's got 4 points this quarter.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Here's Kerr. The kick out to Rose. Passes it to Ellie. Clock at 6. Now here's Duncan. He's guarded by Johnson. Another shot, and Ewing sends it back.
Great at knowing when to time and go up for the rejection. Ewing, a superb defender.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
And that was not a soft foul he had to get through, Greg. I mean, he had to really power that one up and in.
The Knicks have split their free throws right down the middle so far. They're 2 for 2. Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, typically there's some type of adjustment made out of a timeout. It might be major or it could be just a slight tweak.
Some changes here for the Spurs. Robinson's checked in for Duncan. Elliott comes in for Ellie, and it's Johnson in for Kerr. Spurs leading by 5. On the wing, Johnson. 6 points for him. Outside for Jackson. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. The Knicks have gone 5 of 11 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Houston can't get it to go. San Antonio's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Johnson, the pass to Robinson. Kicks it out to Johnson. Back to Robinson. Over Canby. Robinson misses.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then because his shot making is not happening right now.
Rose with the block. And here comes the break. And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession. And the Spurs with some changes. Tim Duncan, he's checked in for Rose. And it's Ellie in for Jackson. On defense, the Knicks. It's a 5-point game. And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here. Here's Ellie. He's got 7. Here's Duncan. A shot missing. And New York the other way now.
Hey, how about imagining if they were hitting their shots, how big the lead could be. But so far, that's not been the case.
And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. The Knicks have made 3 of their first 5 foul shots tonight. And the technical free throw is good.
Houston is a phenomenal go-to scorer. He's got a smooth stroke and a nice clip from any spot on the floor.
Here's Sprewell, covered by Elliott. 5 on the clock. Ewing, basket made. That's his 3rd of the game. He's 3 for 9 now.
You know, so far he's been dominant this period, making the most of his opportunity.
San Antonio leading. Johnson, the pass to Elliott. And the pass to Duncan. Trying to end the drought. Nice D from Camby.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
You can't doubt that Sprewell has the talent. When focused, he's an incredibly efficient scorer as well.
And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the San Antonio Spurs. They've led by as much as 10. Here is Elliott. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Here's Duncan. And he hammers that one down right in the face of Marcus Camby.
Yeah, and at 7-1, Duncan is a problem in the paint. Outstanding with his extension there and just hammering it home.
Knicks trail by 4. Here's Ward. Pass to Houston. Trying to get open is Camp. And the Knicks miss again.
You know, he hasn't made any threes this quarter after sinking just the 1 in the first.
Here's Sprewell, covered by Duncan. Pass to Camp. Here's Sprewell. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Yeah, you know, guys, this has been far from his best game. A disappointing outing for both him and the team.
Here's Duncan. It's rebounded by New York. Ewing's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Sprewell. He can't get that one. And San Antonio will go the other way with it. Passes to Ward from 10 feet out. And the jumper is on the mark. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for New York?
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnover.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunity. They're really keeping it up tempo so far.
Here's Duncan. The Knicks making the shot. Here's Robinson, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Patrick Ewing. The Spurs have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances. And New York making a change here. Johnson's checked in. He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. And there's the pass to Sprewell. From deep three-point range, bangs home the trifecta. Sprewell's got it all tied up now for New York. San Antonio's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. 1:03 left in the first half of basketball. Pass to Duncan. Johnson in the corner. Lots of room. And the shot goes in. Johnson's got 8. The Knicks shooting in the second quarter around 42%. Tipped away. An easy 2 points on the layup. Now it's a 4-point Spurs lead. There's 42 seconds left to play here in the half. Ward, the pass to Johnson. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. Tim Duncan picks one up.
Boy, Johnson showing you that impressive leaping ability. Terrific at rising up for the throwdown.
And San Antonio shooting a meager 37% for the game. Johnson dishes to Duncan. Comes up empty down low. The Knicks shooting around 41% on the night. Or the pass to Johnson. Fires the three. Kept alive by New York. Here's Ewing. And to get open is Johnson. Ewing's shot is good. Ewing's got the lead up to 1 now for the Knicks. Spurs shooting 40% since the beginning of the second quarter. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson. Here's Ellie. 7 points in the game. Here's Duncan. Off target at the rim.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Knicks lead by 1. Time now for the halftime break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, you will not for the Knicks. They're already down 2-1 in the series and can ill afford to lose another. That's why tonight's close-fought battle has all the makings of a nail-biter that could go right down to the wire. And that's going to do it for our halftime.
And we welcome you back to Game 4 on 2K Sports. One of the top stories here, Tim Duncan getting it done today.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
On the floor for San Antonio, Ellie is out there with Johnson. Then there's Duncan. Then it's Elliott, and it's Robinson. In at the 5, down low. Here's Ward. He's guarded by Johnson. Pass to Houston. Lets the 3 fly. Trains the three-pointer. Houston's got the first bucket of the third here for the Knicks.
A total defensive collapse. I mean, no reason to allow him that kind of space from behind the arc.
And it goes down 2 points. 15 points for Duncan.
Avery Johnson, a natural leader, a guy who leads with his example and his voice. Somebody who plays hard at both ends.
Here's Ewing, and the Knicks good for 2.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Ellie passes to Duncan. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Duncan's got 4 points this quarter.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
Ewing, good.
That makes 3 in a row to start the second half.
Spurs trail by 4. Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. Passes it to Johnson. Over Ward. It's rebounded by Canby. Canby's got rebound number 5 here tonight. The Knicks have gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. The pass to Houston. And here's Ewing. He's guarded by Johnson. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Knicks will retain possession. Here's Ward. He's guarded by Johnson. New York moving the ball around. Stolen by Robinson. Elliott passes to Ellie. Robinson against Ewing. Outside Robinson. Stolen by Ewing. Houston shot's good. And it's a 6-point New York lead.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Ellie against Ewing. Ellie passes to Duncan. Now here's Johnson. It's deflected, and it's out of bounds. The Spurs able to retain possession here. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. The Knicks leading by 6. And they have certainly been looking locked in offensively.
They sure have. Staying aggressive and playing under control.
Camby passes to Houston. Duncan against Hewitt. 5 to shoot. Pass to Houston. Takes the 13-footer. Here's Camby. Ewing trying to get open. Camby, no luck.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. Knicks have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Pass to Houston. Here's Ward. Guarded by Ellie. Here's Ward. Passes it to Houston. Rebounded by Elliott. Spurs trail by 6. Robinson down low. To end the drought. House contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Yeah, I like the interior game of Robinson. He really does a nice job of getting deep position and then going to work.
This will make 4 trips to the line so far in the game. Here's Ward. He's guarded by Johnson. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Ward's got 5 now.
And when he breaks out the crossover, you can be sure he's going to leave somebody in his wake.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, and you know, that's going to be the focus of this timeout. They need to come up with a spark to get the offense going.
Johnson, he's checked in for New York. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Rose, he's checked in for Duncan. Kersey comes in for Elliott. Jackson, he's checked in for Ellie. And Kerr subbed in for Johnson. Rose dishes to Kerr. San Antonio again missing. The Knicks leading by 5. Here's Houston. 13 points in the game. Ward the pass to Ewing. To the right side. From downtown, New York now working with the new shot clock. Here's Johnson. Puts the fade away right on the money. Johnson's got the lead up to 7 now for New York.
It works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Knicks. Here's Ward, guarded by Jackson. Johnson against Rose. Baseline try. And David Robinson pulls it down. Robinson's got a piece of it. Stolen by Ewing. Here's Houston. And he gets the bucket. He's got 15. And an important part of every team's game. And we'll look at the hustle stats for New York.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
San Antonio calls timeout. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Spurs making a switch here. Purdue's checked in. Spurs trail by 9. And here's Kerr. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Purdue the pass to Kerr. Six on the shot clock. Outside Jackson. Launches a 3. Here's Kersey. It's rebounded by New York. Sprewell's got his 4th rebound in this one. Right wing. Here's Johnson. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
Jackson drives in. And nothing is falling for him right now.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. As a result, they've got a big lead.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
For 3, and he's good on the 3 ball. Jackson's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
A total defensive collapse. I mean, no reason to allow him that kind of space from behind the arc.
Sprewell, the pass to Ewing. Gets that one through the hole, make him now 7 of 13 in this game.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Gets it to go. That one good from Kerr.
Kerr, one of the best 3-point marksmen in the NBA. His form, release, efficiency, perfect.
Here's Ward, defended by Kerr. Here's Johnson. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
Marcus Camby, he's checked in for Patrick Ewing. And Johnson drops them both.
Larry Johnson, Grandmama, is a dependable forward, excels at scoring in the paint, and doesn't mind thumping and bumping.
Jackson kicks to Kerr. No good on the triple. New York calls timeout. Making a switch here. Thomas is checked in. San Antonio also making some changes. Duncan comes in for Rose, and Elliott subbed in for Kersey. Here's Ward. He has 5. Here's Johnson. A rebound by the Spurs. Now here's Kerr. The 3. It's hauled in by Thomas.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
On the wing, Johnson. He's guarded by Purdue. Shot by Johnson, no good.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
Yeah, the quiet intensity that Duncan brings, just incredible. He's a consistent force whose teammates really look up to.
New York calls timeout.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, typically there's some type of adjustment made out of a timeout. It might be major, or it could be just a slight tweak.
And some changes here for the Spurs. Robinson comes in for Will Purdue. And it's Johnson in for Steve Kerr. He hits both from the stripe. 1:39 left in the third. Here's Thomas. Johnson in the corner.
Tell you what, Tim Duncan's such an anchor defensively. I mean, when he's not blocking shots, he's altering them with his length.
Jackson misses.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Hamby down low. Covered by Elliott. Hamby no luck. Spurs trail by 9. Jackson passes to Elliott. Over Thomas. Elliott misses. New York's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Johnson against Duncan. Johnson inside. And taken away by Johnson. Oh, and here comes Johnson all alone. Rejected by Camby. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. The Knicks have attempted 11 free throws today and converted 8 of them.
Johnson taking 2 shots.
First one falls for him. Second free throw, no good. Spurs trail by 10.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Johnson outside. On the wing, Jackson. Just 5 on the clock. That one falls, coming off Johnson's feet. Jackson's got 8 points. 1 second left. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's New York in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. We've got Johnson. Can be out there with Thomas. And it's Houston at the 2-guard spot. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Spurs. 2 points. That one goes. Johnson's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Spurs. And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession. Ellie's checked in for Jackson. Spurs trail by 6. Here's Ellie. And the pass to Duncan. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Duncan's got 21 in the game.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
New York moving the ball around. Pass to Houston. 4 on the shot clock. Elbow shot is on the way. Count it. Good. 19 points in the game.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
Johnson with it. Now Thomas defending. Pass to Duncan. To the inside. Robinson. And Robinson throws it down hard. Great game for him. Double-double now. 10 points and 15 rebounds. New York calls timeout. catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, I was able to listen in on the New York head coach talking to his team. He's encouraged where they are at this point in the game, but he told his guys things can turn in a blink. What we need to do is execute the rest of the way. So we'll see if they can finish this one off, Kevin.
And, you know, even though they're on top, they're winning. I mean, they could use more from him. Trying to shut the door on this one.
That one's in there. The Knicks lead is cut down to just one on the basket from Ellie.
The defenders need to recognize the importance of staying on him as we get into crunch time.
Here's Sprewell. They get a hand on it. In transition, here comes San Antonio. Johnson's got the ball, and there's the feed to Robinson. That's good, and so Duncan with the assist. Duncan's got 5 assists in the game. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for San Antonio.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
They have, but you also can't overlook how well they defended the rim as they've challenged every shot, also gotten quite a few blocks as well.
We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. 6 to shoot. Here's Johnson. Robinson with the block. Yes, that goes in. And it's a 3-point Spurs lead.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. One of the top stories here, Tim Duncan getting it done today.
He is on a major roll today. This timeout was desperately needed. They've got to come up with a new game plan designed to shut him down.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. For New York, they've gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Here's Sprewell. And again, unable to change momentum here. Spurs leading by 3. Guys, we've seen some excellent offensive output.
Yeah, great momentum for them offensively.
Pass to Ellie. Johnson against Duncan. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Plays it up and banks it in. Duncan's got 10 points here in the second half.
Boy, an array of jump shots there and post moves as well from Duncan, who's a very efficient scorer.
The pass to Ewing. Here's Sprewell from outside the arc. Rebound San Antonio. Robinson's got his 18th rebound here tonight. All over the place. Elliott's checked in for the Spurs. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Ellie passes to Duncan. Over Camby, trying to get open is Johnson, and it's off the back rim, no good. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket. All the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
Inside, and Duncan throws it down hard.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over.
Every time out a chance to review the lineups, matchups, or call a play.
And I agree. I think there's going to be a new wrinkle in their game plan when they come out of this timeout.
Out to the wing. It's stolen by Duncan. Johnson outside to the middle. Stolen by Ewing. And pushing it up. Here's New York. Shoots from 14. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
Wow, what a rough second half for him shooting the basketball. Maybe you adopt a pass-first mentality at this point.
Here's Duncan. No good on that one. Good D by Ewing. Knicks trail by 5. Here's Houston. Makes it off the glass. Houston's got 13 points here in the second half alone. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the San Antonio Spurs. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Duncan kicks to Johnson. On the clock. Tries it from 19. No good from Duncan. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend. Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
No good on the free throw. He hits the second from the line.
Yeah, being down 2 points instead of 1 thanks to the free throw miss makes getting a stop here absolutely critical.
Johnson outside. Duncan left side. And the dunk by Duncan.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Here's Ward. Pass to Houston. And taken away by Johnson. In transition, here comes San Antonio. Ball stolen. And pushing it up. Here's New York. Johnson's got the ball. Chop up 2 there. Johnson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And you better have your head on a swivel around Sprewell. One of the best at coming up with steals.
Pass to Duncan. Passes to Ellie. Back to Duncan. Kicks it out to Johnson. Just 4 to shoot. That's good, and so Duncan with the assist. Duncan's got his 6th assist on the night.
You know, the defense has to be better. I mean, you can't give up that look.
Here's Sprewell. There's the pass to Ewing. Doesn't go for him. And it's the Spurs taking it the other way. They've led by as much as 10.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch, and the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
Duncan, the pass to Elliott. Connects from three-point range. Now it's a 7-point Spurs lead.
And certainly they are.
And Greg, I have no problem with that. As a matter of fact, I hate to see teams get conservative with the lead. As long as they're good shots, take them. And as long as they're falling, continue to take them.
San Antonio's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Here's Ellie. Pass to Duncan. Shoots over Ewing, and it's San Antonio with another. Knicks trail by 6. Here's Ward. Pass to Houston. The tray. And David Robinson pulls it down. Robinson's got his 20th rebound here tonight. Saw that coming. Johnson outside. Passes it to Duncan. Doesn't go that time. Good D by Johnson. Here's Houston. And the 3 off target.
And that shot isn't the one they should be taking if they want to make this comeback happen.
Johnson, the pass to Robinson. And that one drops. And the Spurs lead by 8.
The ball distribution was there. I mean, outstanding work all the way around.
The pass to Johnson. Oh, and the jam by Johnson.
And not the prototype power forward, but he has tremendous athletic ability.
San Antonio calls timeout. They're leading by 6. 1:32 left in the fourth quarter. presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Tim Duncan.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
Johnson outside. Stolen by Ewing. And now the Knicks on the break. That one's good. The San Antonio lead is cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from Houston.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Here's Sprewell, covered by Elliott. Whoa, good! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was want to. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
Johnson left side. There's 45 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Clock at 6. Swiped away. And now the Knicks on the break. Houston can't get it to go. Here's Zelli. To the paint. Stolen by Ewing.
This isn't a done deal yet, but they have got to move quick.
They've got to go all out trying to force a turnover here.
And so they foul intentionally.
Hey, you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Sure, it's not over. The clock is as much a problem for them as the score is right now, so they've got to try to manage it.
It's the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
And Ellie is a terrific role player. I mean, talkative, fiery, a leader, and producer at both ends of the floor. His passion and personality make a difference on any team.
Here's Houston. Yes! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1. San Antonio calls timeout. They lead by 1. There's 10 seconds left in the fourth. San Antonio making a switch here. And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul. He drops the first one, and that will put them up by 2.
And you look at Kerr, just a sharpshooting role player. His game really about guts and intelligence.
Absolutely massive free throw. That'll force them into a three-point attempt.
New York calls timeout. They're trailing by 3. There's 10 seconds left to play in the final quarter. There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Ward to tie it up. And so it's San Antonio who's straight by with the win. And now they're sitting on a commanding 3-1 lead. They've grabbed this series by the throat, Greg.
And Kevin, I don't think they're going to let it go. You could see the determination they had tonight. They don't want to drag this series out. They want to get this thing over with.
Game 4 of the NBA Finals is all wrapped up.